Good morning or good night. Welcome to another Saturday Night Live. I'm your host, Conway Cameron. To those who are in internet land, welcome. Well, I know it's quite a while since I've placed a video or posted a video, but a few things have happened in the media and I need to speak about. Yes, you understand that sometimes you become busy, but sometimes you have to make time for the fans that are out there who normally listen to the videos each and every week. We have a few things happening in media that we seemingly not taking as serious as they are presented to us as we face the circumstances and the situations. We somehow believe that it's maybe a joke, but we need to face the reality and understand that there is no joke in loss of life. Welcome to another Saturday Night Live. I'm your host. To all those who are listening in internet land, on Facebook, on YouTube, via Twitter, or any other live stream media, this is your host Conway Cameron, and this is Saturday Night Live. A few things are happening in the media that we want to discuss tonight. We want to talk about things them. To my regular listeners, bless yourself. To those who are just joining, welcome. This is how we do it. Many things are happening in the news. Many things are happening in this society in which we live. A lot of things are happening in the very communities that we're existing in. Are we talking about it? This is where we talk about the things then. This is where we talk about the things then, eh? This is where we talk about the things then. This is where we talk about the things then. Huh? This is where we talk about the things. Yes, this is how we do it. I want to start off with something that is seriously affecting young men out there, both locally and internationally. In fact, it's affecting all men. I want to start it off, and I want the best person to tell the story. Jacure in the morning. Jacure behind these prison walls. It is another Saturday Night Live, and I'm your host, Conway Cameron. We want to discuss mothers putting out their young girls to entrap big men, married men, single men for money. Mothers putting out their young girls to entrap big men in society, married or single, for money. And since lately, the pastors find themselves in this trap. Jacure telling his story. This is Saturday Night Live. Take it away, Jacure.
Behind these prison walls, doing my paces, doing my time. cry, cry.
Prison
On a bed of roses, your liberty makes me born. I wish that child could come and take us back in time. I swear I can be a better man. Yes, I swear. Only I understand the fate of nation, see reflection. The fate of nation, the free reflection. Da 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 da. Behind these metal bars, the judge I'm chanting. Pray for your love divine. Oh, so sorry, man. Deeply unworthy. The price ordained to be mine. Impossible to see the changes that I've made in my life. All they see is just the boy they left behind. And I swear I can be a better man. Yes, I swear. If only you could understand the fate of nations, sleep reflection. The fate of nations, the free reflection. Da 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 da.
Jack, you're in the Saturday Night Live.
Don't judge me wrong, 'cause now I'm stronger than I was before. I was young and wise. Didn't you hear my cry? Possible to see the changes that I made in my life. All they see is just the boy I left behind.
Mothers putting out their daughters to entrap big men into situation for money. You call it sexual blackmail, you call it sexual extortion, whatever you call it. But we're going to talk up the things tonight. We're going what? Talk up the things tonight. This is Saturday Night Live. I'm your host, Conway Cameron. And this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Saturday Night Live! We have women, mothers, putting out their young girls to entrap big men. Holy Father, blessed God, King and Creator, bless these words to your people and may it find lodgment in their hearts, in your holiness. Blessings. David went up on his roof after wake up in the morning. Him wake up round about 12 o'clock. And him go up on him roof just to get little sunshine and stretch out him legs and him arms and inhale some of the fresh breeze and say, yes, God, you're good again, you're good again. But while there, you see this woman about 12 o'clock, way down the road because in palace way up in her ear, you can see her. Out there bed. Him take it as nothing. Right? Him take it as nothing. In that, this was his first incident with the scene that he saw the woman out there bed. It was not the custom for women to come outside to have a bath. However, this woman knows that David come out on him veranda or in balcony when he wake up at daytime. So she put herself in place to be seen by him. Alright. 2 days pass, David sleep away again, get up and go back out there. He see the woman out there bed again. In next week, he get up and he go out there, same thing happen again. He said, wait, but this strange. Eventually, it led to murder. You have mothers who are repeatedly putting their young girls out, advertising them to try to seduce and to excite big men, whether single or married, to have relationships with them so they can extort money. A lot of men have fallen down these holes and can't climb back out. Some commit murder, some run away. Some stay and foot the bill. Gentlemen, leave the young girls alone. They are not innocent. They are trapped, set by the mother to catch man, to get money. Take my advice, leave them alone. 18 years of payment can be devastating. They come out, the mother send them out, dress them up in the skimpies of things to advertise themselves so they can get man. Now, there are a lot of incidents where persons tell me that they move into a community, right? It's a man that tell me now. And his neighbors, daughters, start coming out. My little pitney, you know, this a man, a married man, and showing herself. First, him never take it as anything. But when it start happen repeatedly, that when he comes home, she comes out and starts showing herself, then he realizes that this little girl here, I look attention and I look to put somebody in a trouble. He told me that obviously this was just attention seeking. But when he hear the mother calling the girl and tell her, say, see ma come out you know, or see ma come home you know, go there, go show yourself. Then he realized what was happening. Now this is a married man. Have no interest in nobody but his wife. But the mother, the next door neighbor mother, starts sending out her daughter to entice the man away from his wife and his responsibilities. This scenario is not new. It's the oldest trick in the book, and sad to say, many pastors have fallen for it. Some gone to prison, some run away. Some decide to use the church money and maintain the relationship until God delivers. Men, stay far from a prison sentence, because you never hear the pain of it until you go a fall cub and fall shit pan you, for want of a better word. Excuse my French. I can't use the English word doo-doo on you. Then you're going to realize that the mother starts sending for things and start asking for things through this little girl that you are interfering with. Be careful, especially those who are married. Be careful. They are not innocent. They want bling bling, they want iPhone, they want iPad, they want the money that you work in your pocket for spend on them and their mother and then generation, the whole family. And all they have to do to it is sexual blackmailing. A lot of pastors end up in prison because when they fail to deliver the money, they go confess and talk to police that they were raped. And Bill Cosby is a perfect situation. If 10 years ago you did do it, then just come forward now and report it that 10 years ago, Pastor so and so did fungal me and XYZPQR, because they go to Pastor so and Pastor so and so said, but 10 years gone now, that the relationship over. And they say, yes, but we still can go report it at station and then charge you. Either that or you give the $50,000. And they are not shy in asking for the money. Let me tell you something. People, men, married and single, leave these devils alone. The mothers are not innocent. It's an oldest trick in the book. Put your daughter upon a man, get involved with him, and then you extract money out of his pocket. It's the oldest trick in the book that mothers, church mothers, are still using today, because the pastors then find themselves involved with these mothers, their daughters, and they extract money from the pastors through their daughters. Tell him say you want this for your baby. Tell him say you want this. Tell him say you want that. And even when not no go so, the pastors find themselves paying, because if they stop paying, the wife are go find out, the church are go find out, and there goes his ministry through the door. Pastor, if you're married or you're single, leave these witches and bitches alone. Because you're going to end up a prison when you can't find the money, and then going to charge you for statutory rape, or it going to cause embarrassment on your church and your family. But these mothers are wicked and evil, deceitful enough to put your daughters on you to mash up your life, mash up your family, and mash up your church. And the disgrace that is going to cause you can't be cleared off so easily, even if you're innocent. Several entertainers in the music industry are being questioned for rape. Rape. I can call a few names and it out there in public here. Elephant Man was questioned for rape. Now that his case is over, he's back to making music. Capleton is being questioned for rape. And all of these situations is because the women can't get the money when they want after consulting, allegedly, to sex. It's a terrible world out there. And men, you have to be careful. Nobody that thinks that he innocent, he wicked. He knows your mama send him out there to catch you so he can get money. And the entire family is up to it, because them want money too, and you are money man, and they want to extort your pocket. And if you don't, then threaten you with prison and report it to police. Some men take it to the other extreme. I hear say, Pitney missing, find dead over so and such a place. Can't bother pay the money. Because the price I keep go up and I go up. Some run me, go to other parish or go to another nation. Be careful. Jack Yor said behind the prison wall is not a bed of roses. And these wicked people and these wicked mothers and these wicked girls don't care who they hurt to gratify their evil desires. These are the situations that are presented to many men out there. But I'm going to put a spin on this one.
Young girls, wear your size. Cause if you don't take stitchy advice, girls in a good get 19, I'm not working, I'm not doing no misery last week. Saturday, them they look up on that bird.
Stitchy say, young girls wear no size. Stay in school and stick to his school boys then. And stop become traps for big men. Here, tell your mother say you have more respect for yourself than to be a whore or a bitch, or to lower yourself to be a slut. You understand me? Tell your mother say you're not going to play those nasty and dirty games. You understand me? Tell them say you have learned to respect yourself and that you're not a slut, bitch, or a prostitute or a whore. So they must stop sending you out to go look man so that they can get money. In fact, tell your mother say they must go learn to work and get their own money and stop put you out to try to get man. Pick man pocket to get them money. Self-respect is the first step in being a woman. If you're not no respect for yourself and you're out there becoming a trap for the man them out there, that's the lowest state you can ever be, and there's no words to describe that. Tell your mother, say you nah look no man for make no money and put in a them pocket. You understand me? With these wise words, gluttonous bastard man, you have big woman out there, left a little pitney them alone. You understand me? You have big woman out there, your age range, left a little pitney them alone. Think about your family. Think about your wife. Think about your reputation. If this should bust, if this should come public, if this should go up there in news. You understand me? Because prison are not bed of roses. And as Stitchy said, young girl, wear your size. Go look schoolboy. And top look big man. That's it for that segment of the program. I had to speak about it because a whole heap of man talk to me about them situation and tell me say I wish them could have run away. Wishing that them could have run away. When me hear some of the story them, I say, my, what wickedness. Wishing that them could have run away and I go to courthouse for go defend their name and drag their wife and their girlfriend, their legitimate girlfriend, through all of that mud. To prove that them they have sex or rape. Just because they couldn't find the money one idea to give to a girl for give him mother. Watch on yourself. This is Saturday Night Live. I'm your host, Conway Cameron. Hold it up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and any other social media out there. If you're watching me, you understand me? Do not be afraid to like the videos or to subscribe to my channel. Please feel free to do so. When we talk the things then, we talk them straight as it is. Because people are out there hurting because of wicked people. You understand me? The wives are frustrated about the men, and the girlfriends are frustrated about the men them who are entrapped and snared by these witches to collect their money. So I have to talk about things like this. Most persons not going to talk about them things because it's taboo. But me have to talk about it. Watch yourself. The other thing that I want to talk about, as we tell you already, about the school situation. Teachers are becoming frustrated. Students are becoming overly dominant and authoritative at school. What is going on? Well, I am going to talk to you about it. Here. Recently, it has been brought to my attention by social media. I hear news that talk about it too. About the teacher who have to straighten out the pitney and have to use some raw language to get the message across, because the Queen's English was not plain enough to express the anguish she felt based upon what part of her mother she did need to go suck. Ronnie Tweet wrote a beautiful article as it relates to go suck your fill in the blanks. Now, I will start with this statement. Children go to school. Gangsters, they are penitentiary. So as a parent, you must choose who you have. Do you have a child or you have a gangster? If you have a gangster, send him a penitentiary. I'm sure them have teachers who go a penitentiary, go teach skills to the prisoners then. If you're a gangster, you're a bad man, you can't send him a penitentiary. Because you have some trigger happy police who will gladly send him a mother rest and dove God. And I say that with no apology. If him a gangster, send him to a penitentiary. Make the officer and the warder them up there, teach him English, maths, science, and whatever subject he need to learn up there. If he's a child, then you send him to school. But you can't send gangster to school. School is no place for a gangster. I say to Andrew, the mentality of them children here. You're trying to use a dysfunctional mind in a functionable society. You understand me? As Bounty Killer said, the inoculated youth and brain. The inoculated brain cannot function in school. It's like you give a monkey a hammer if he knock a nail and him lick himself in the head with it. Don't know, a gangster don't know what to do with school. A gangster don't know what to do with school when he is or she is given a school. An inoculated brain can't function. Thanks to the garrisons that these politicians have created and the gangs that these politicians have fund and the guns where they give them. It has created gangsters in our school threatening our teacher population. Now, let me tell you something. Parents, when you discharge of your possession of your child when you send him to school, that child is now the property of the state and the teachers for the next from 8:30 straight till 5. Whatever means of discipline that the teachers need to use to get that child to learn must be introduced. So I know your pitney no more. After 5 you can come fee and for your pitney then. But while that child is on school property, that child is government's property. That child belongs to the school. That child belongs to the teacher. The days when they used to save their eyes and save them balls, we had better boys and girls. We had better children. We had a better society. The father just go up and say, save him balls them. Save him balls. Teacher, make sure say learn but save him balls. Or the mother go and say, save her eyes. Make sure say learn but save her eyes. We had better children, a better society. But now we have gangsters with rights, human rights. We have gangsters in school with human rights. Threatening teacher and telling them which part them want to push this and push that up under which part, and how they will cut them throat and drop them belly and stab out their eye. And these gangsters have rights, but the teachers themselves have none. Government, stop making jackasses of yourself. The teachers must have the power and the authority to execute their skill of teaching students to learn in the school, not the child. And until the government take back the power of these gangsters calling themselves students from the situations that are being played out in today's society, nothing will be better. We have gangsters going to school, threatening teachers to kill them. We have gangsters beating and fighting teachers in school. And these teachers, after being humiliated, mouth bust up, stabbed and beaten, have to still sit down and teach these gangsters as if they have no choice. Government, and when since you no give it the authority, so much authority, tell the humanitarians say we don't abuse children, but we will beat their backside if it needs to be that then lack discipline, or send them from now to the penitentiary. As I said before, Happy Chiga police, you know Mr. Happy Chiga, Officer Happy Chiga will gladly send them to Dovecot and Mother Race. But school is the home of the teachers. They have the power and the authority there. And when the child comes there for daycare and parental guidance, they are the subjects of these teachers. And the teachers should discipline them at will and in accordance to what the Bible says. It said, spare not the rod and spoil the child. It says, who God loves, he chastens, he beat them backside. So when you go to school, as a child, you go there to learn. You go there to be disciplined. You go there to learn how to be disciplined, and you go there to learn skills and the necessary knowledge to execute your duties when you become an adult, so you can put money in your pocket. But school is no place for gangs and gangsters. These gangsters should be transported from school straight to penitentiary for a lesson in imprisonment. And let them know, as Jack said, prison are no bed of roses. For the young lady, the teacher who explode, thumbs up to you, because them no know say it could have worse. It could have worse. You could have get one gun and go rat-a-tat-tat-tat on all of them. But you did not. You exemplified constraint based upon the stress and the anxiety that you are facing with those students. The only thing you do was just round off your mouth and talk. Let it out, my dear child. Don't hold it in and make it kill you and send you home with nervous breakdown. These picnics, they are not children anymore. They are gangsters and adults. Children go to school, Mr. Prime Minister. Andrew Holness, how you doing, Miss son? Everything good? Since you come back from China, I'm not get to talk to you yet. But let me tell you, children go to school, gangsters go to prison. So please don't make the mistake of sending the gangsters to school. And if you are a child and you feel that you're a gangster, we have police station with jails that you can stop for lesson class if you so desire. The police won't refuse you. But don't go to school, go threaten the teachers them and try to bad them up. Do not do it. Because any day the teacher go gangster palm you, then we'll have some problems. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you need to root out the weed where grow in the schoolyard. You need to send in the gardener, the police officers and the military to root out the weed where grow in the schoolyard. Because if you don't root them out, they will strangle the products, the wheat that you are trying to grow. But this is Bible, you know, Andrew. This is Bible. If you don't get out the weeds, then you go and choke the crop. The good students go and suffer for it. And the teachers are leaving. They are migrating. They are actually leaving, Andrew. They spend 25 minutes of their time trying to calm down their classes when they're going. Talking to John, talking to Mary, shut up, stop it nice, listen no man, blah 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 blah. By the time they're ready to teach, they are so frustrated, so upset. This is not a perfect environment to execute your skill as a teacher. No, Andrew, you need to send in the police officers and the military to weed out the bad ones then. Weed them out, yes, get them out of the system and get them into a military system. Or send them to prison, make them go learn. It can't be that a teacher dress up herself nice if you come a school teacher and boy I tell him which part underneath him you want to push this and push that. She never go to school to be sexually molested and arrested by a student. and she can't do nothing but for just take it, and that student is not removed from the school. You imagine if it was a situation where they caught that teacher alone, they would rape her. They would have raped her. If they gang teachers for beat them, then they won't they gang teachers for rape them too? Andrew, make us cut that one in the bud before it grow big. Cut that one. You have police officers and military officers who need something more to do in regards of stemming crime from the young stage than for try to cut down big tree. Send them into the school. Send them into the schools and let these soldiers teach discipline. Send them into the schools. Have plain uniform soldiers and police officers going as teachers. And when you don't find these bad rotten eggs, you just extract them out of the farm. Root them up. Parents must realize that teachers rule at school, not students. If students want right, them stay home. But when you come through that gate, your ass belongs to the teachers. Your mind belongs to the teachers. So you humble yourself and you learn. Now, you teacher cannot beat your backside if you put something in your head so you can go have a job when you grow up big. So the parent needs to realize that if you're a bad parent and you send your child to school, you need to give the teacher the power to make sure so that child not turn out to be what you are. You want better for your child, that's why you send them to school. Yes, discipline is part of that betterment. So when you hear teacher busting your ass at school, don't come fight teacher. Call teacher and say thank you. Thank you, teacher. You straighten him out. Make sure you straighten him out. And if he open him out and come home here this evening, I give him one panta pint. In my days, when I go to school and I misbehave and the teacher strap me properly, you better believe it that the same evening that teacher reached my yard and said to my parents Conway was misbehaving today and I had to beat him. And right in front of the teacher, Conway, come here to me. And when they grab you and they strap you good and proper in front of that teacher, say, teacher, you satisfied now? You say, yes. Can't let him go now. Shame alone would have break your will to be rebellious. But nobody wants to use shame as a disciplinary tool anymore. They say it's something bad. Sometimes you have to shame the pitney. Make him remember himself. Shame can be a good tool used perfectly in the right way to break a child into behaving themselves. Nobody loves to be embarrassed. Nobody loves to be shamed. So they might say, make me behave myself. But gangsters don't belong in schools. Whether you're a male gangster or a female gangster, you don't belong in school. You belong in prison. But if you are a student, fix up yourself nicely. Go to school, humble yourself to a teacher and learn. That you can become somebody successful in society. when you are a grown adult. We did have to talk about it, Andrew. Yes, Mr. Prime Minister, I had to. Because nobody is truly addressing it. But Ronnie Tweets, yes, he wrote a beautiful article about it. Yeah, man. We need to realize his suggestions, he made 3 suggestions of how or what to do. Read the article, Mr. Prime Minister. And I'd encourage those in the education field to read Mr. Ronnie Tweet's article. I think it's entitled Go Suck Your Fill in the Blanks. That's what Mr. Tweet entitled it. Go Suck Your Fill in the Blanks. So that's it for that segment, right? And I want to touch one little bit more. Is you that? Is me that? This is another Saturday Night Live. I'm your host, Conway Cameron. I wonder where we can put in here, so. We give you no Jacure, we give you no Stitchy. What more we need for give you no? Eh? Eh? What more we need for give you no? They say if you pull up that song. I wonder why they say if you pull up that song. Yes, welcome to another Saturday Night Live. I'm your host, Conway Cameron. The dengue epidemic. The dengue outbreak. I say what happened to your skirts and blouses? Why can't I see you in your dresses? Cause these things to judge and not pleases. Papa Michigan and General Smiley on Saturday Night Live. Mind jolly Q with easy. Mind jolly Q with easy. The most dangerous diseases. I said the most dangerous diseases. I'm talking like the elephantitis. The other one is the polymyelitis. Arthritis and the one diabetes. You see, cause every day that I turn the Bible pages, from Proverbs forward to Genesis, from Revelation to Ecclesiastes. But let me tell you, say me we live in crisis, and the lust of the world it decreases. While every day man I build explosives, the corruption of the world it exposes. Mind jolly Q with diseases, mind jolly Q with diseases. I said the most dangerous diseases. I said the most dangerous diseases. I'm talking like the elephantitis. Since recently. Since recently we have the dengue outbreak. The dengue outbreak. Around 70 odd persons have been confirmed dead by the dengue outbreak. They say that the mosquitoes go around, the dengue mosquitoes, and biting people and giving them dengue. I don't know who's to blame, if it's the mosquitoes or the slow act of the government. And Joe, is you me calling again, Mr. Prime Minister. We know that the dengue mosquitoes were out on a rampage, seeking to devour and destroy all those flesh they could bite. Now, as a government, where is the proactiveness? This is what I'm talking about, Andrew. When I talk to you, and because I don't have nothing to do, it's because I want better, I'm expecting better. You understand me? You're up on a pedestal, up your son. And you function, down your son. Andrew, Why weren't you proactive? You know that every year a dengue outbreak happens. Just like the hurricane season, just like the this season and that season. Well, you know that there's a dengue season, Andrew. And you made no preparations for it. You were not proactive, Andrew. Listen to me, you know. I bet next year the same thing come catch you again. Eh? You need to be proactive, man. You know so the dengue season are coming. Your head minister. Name. Don't even remember my name. Right? He needed to put things in place prior, before the dengue outbreak happened. You know, wait till the mosquito them hatch up and start breed up and start bite up people around the place. Then you start scramble like chicken without head, trying to resolve a situation that has already broken out. 70 odd persons died from dengue, including children. Including children, Mr. Prime Minister. Now, are you saying the hospitals are not equipped to deal with dengue? Remember, I said dengue is not AIDS, you know, and dengue is not, oh, locks. It's not a complicated, advanced disease. Dengue is something that they have vaccines and medication from Wappy was Philly's friend. And it has taken home around about 70 odd persons. When we reach your 100 mark, Andrew, and we soon reach your 100 mark, that's an epidemic for a little country named Jamaica. 100 persons died from dengue fever. That's an epidemic. We're heading close nearby. My advice is that the horse gone through the gate, therefore we need to round them up. We need to round them up. We need to equip the hospitals across the country with the necessary information and medication to stabilize persons who are being infected so that they won't die. And at the same time to eradicate all breeding sites, or majority of the breeding sites of the dengue mosquitoes. Now, if police and soldiers need to escort these persons who are fogging into these communities, let it be. Let it be. But the community cannot say they don't want the fogging in their surrounding and stone the people out. We need, come on, Andrew, get some police officers in there with these persons doing the fogging, man. Proactive. That's what it's all about, Mr. Prime Minister. So we know that people are refusing, send the police in along with these persons. Fog out the place. And constantly keep on and add on the ear how to get rid of dengue fever breeding sites so the people can help themselves. Lives that are lost unnecessarily states the level of irresponsibility, if there's such an word, is there, irresponsible. That means the negligence of the Jamaican government is manifested in the lives that are lost to dengue fever. Sorry to put this one upon you, Andrew, Mr. Homeless Prime Minister. Mr. Health Minister, you have to put that one upon you. You see, the only time you can be motivated to be more responsible is when you take it personal. when you realize that lives are lost and I am the health minister? What more could I have done, should I have done, can I do to prevent even one more life from being lost? What can I do? How much more can I extend myself? But you can't there in your bed, room, let's leave that out alone. Or at your home relaxing, watching TV, while children are in the hospital, dying from dengue fever. Oh, you do that? Oh, you sleep? How do you sleep? As health minister, how do you sleep that you know that 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds are dying from dengue fever? Something that is curable in hospitals that you are in charge of. Come on, Mr. Health Minister. You're sleeping right now? You should be up praying, asking God to intervene. A life is not a toy. A life is not a toy, Mr. Health Minister. Mr. Prime Minister, a life is not a toy. He should be, the minister should be so worried now, like a concerned parent. Gosh, man. This is nothing new. Dengue is nothing new. We know it happens every year. Shouldn't there be some proactiveness, man? Andrew. Leave that alone. I think I've gone long enough. Thanks to all those who have listened. Thanks to all those who are listening. And I am very grateful for your support. Very, very grateful for your support. May it be that the blessings of the Most High will continue to be with us all in all of these experiences. And once we can establish the right protocols in dealing with these situations, those mothers who are entrapping men, the dengue fever, the dengue outbreak, and the gangsters in school, if we can find the right solutions to these as they present themselves and not try to sweep them under the carpet, I think we'll be better able to manage them the next time around they come. Next year we shouldn't have a dengue persons dying from dengue fever, because we would have been preparing from months before. Or from this year we should make the necessary preparation for the dengue outbreak next year. Maybe you need to use up some of that $2 billion, the mitigation money, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holmes. These are not rocket science. These are situations that can actually be solved, can actually be taken care of. And the Jamaican people are expecting some amount of assistance, some amount of salvation as it relates to the things that are happening here in Jamaica. So until next time, I'm your host, Conway Cameron. And this is how we do it. each Saturday night, just for your listening. We talk up the things. May the Most High blessings be with us and righteousness always, and destruction for all of the wicked.